Chaotic. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you've never been here before. I use this space to share encouragement and things that I've learned about homeschooling, mom life, and family adventures. I definitely don't have it, all under, I definitely don't have it all down pat, but hopefully what I share might be a springing board for you. Today I just wanted to share a little bit of fall fun with you, because fall is my favorite season. I live in an area where the trees, change color and the leaves fall, and it just is gorgeous. Though that time is very fleeting. The weather is wonderful. I love the temperatures. I love the sunshine, in and amongst the rain, of course. And I love sweater weather or long sleeve shirt weather, where I am not freezing outside, but I don't, I'm also not sweating outside. Although I must admit that I am learning that my allergies do not love fall, unfortunately. But that's just something that I'll have to weather through anyways. So I wanted to share some fall fun and decorations, as well as some things that we do kind of, I guess, as like fall traditions. So first of all, something that we're making a tradition, I guess is a better way to put it, is to do one last fall kind of chilly weather, or at least it could potentially be chilly weather, camping trip. And I know some people's last camping trip is a lot of times like Labor Day weekend. Our last camping trip is usually a week or two prior to Halloween. I would love to do a Halloween camping trip, but the campgrounds are usually extremely packed, and we just don't want to deal with being around a ton of people. Like really in any time, we don't love being in crowded places. And so we haven't done the Halloween weekend yet. We usually do the weekend or two before. And that weather, it can be warm as in like 60s, maybe 70s, or maybe we're hitting a little bit of Indian summer and be a little bit warmer, but the nights definitely get chilly. Or it can be really, really cold. Last year we went, and the weather during the nighttime got down to like 34 degrees, and we had our heater on. We camp in a pop-up camper, and so we are in no way completely sheltered from the outside elements like you would be in an RV. However, we are a little better off, obviously, than a tent. But we have camped in a tent with a heater, and we do use our little furnace and an electric heater in our pop-up camper. And so there's something so cozy about waking up to some crisp, chill weather when you're bundled up in extremely warm clothes and your warm sleeping bag and our heater going, and then we get the fire going and we sit around the fire and eat breakfast. I love that. And I actually don't love being cold. It's just something about the coziness of it. So anyways, that is a tradition that we are trying to get going. We're doing it again this year, and we definitely want to do it every year. Have a last camping trip that's during chilly-ish weather, or potential chilly weather. Something else that my kids do, or I do with my kids, is we always have fall themed crafts with the leaves. One year we made lanterns out of old jars of, I think one was like a candle jar, one was a pickle jar, but glass jars. And we found leaves outside on the ground, all different kinds, and we dried them out, and then you use Mod Podge and kind of like paint it on. And then I tied twine around the top and made it real pretty. And you can put an actual tea light or an electric tea light inside, because it's glass. And then you have this ambiance. Lantern. And so that was a really fun craft and it was fairly easy, honestly. And it was recycling or upcycling. And so that was a really fun craft. But we do try to do at least one maybe a couple crafts that utilize the leaves on the ground. This year we're going to be using the leaves to paint with, like to use as stamps, and it'll probably like devolve into all out just like crazy painting, which is fine. But picking different leaves to stamp with and to paint with, and that will be fun. And I think we're gonna do we got a craft kit from our library that shows you how to make different figures like elephants and people figures and different kinds of animals and stuff out of different kinds of leaves, and so we'll do that. I don't think that my children will necessarily follow those patterns, but it'll be a fun little creative thing that they can do with leaves. And so that is another that's another tradition that we just like to do some sort of craft with the leaves on the ground outside, because then we get to collect them and make something out of them. Another tradition that I don't really know how common this is, so I don't know, this is kind of a fun one to share. Hopefully this is a unique one, just for the sake of the fun of being unique. My husband and my dad, and other people in my family, they love to fish. And my dad, even when I was growing up, would go on this huge salmon fishing trip. And yeah, it was such a big deal. And now my parents live near, they didn't used to, so it used to be a big traveling thing for him. Now my parents actually live right where he used to fish and where he still fishes. And so, so yeah, my husband joined that tradition, and now the tradition is, because it's a certain date that it happens because of when the salmon run when the salmon naturally does their salmon run. And so the tradition is that my husband goes and stays in one place with my dad and whomever else goes. And then I go with my kids, and a lot of times my cousin and my aunt, and stay with my mom for the weekend. And we just it's usually rainy and kind of cold, and so we might do a little shopping, but we mostly stay pretty cozy. One year we did have nice weather where we actually got to hike, so that was fun. So that is a really fun tradition that we always look forward to. Our fall, we always want to go to like a pumpkin farm or an apple orchard. We never have, because our fall gets very busy with our camping. We try to fit like a lot of camping in, including the last camping trip that I talked about, and with the big salmon trip that we have. So our fall gets so busy, and we haven't been able to do that yet. But I would love to go to a pumpkin farm or an apple orchard and do that kind of thing. Another tradition that we do is small, but my husband loves apple cider, and so getting apple cider and having hot apple cider, oftentimes over the fire when we're camping or at home, is another little fun thing that we do. So that's not really a lot of fall traditions, but those are important to us. We love doing those things. So let me know what are some fun traditions that you do. Maybe we can get some inspiration from you to add to the joy that is fall. And let me show you around to some of our decorations. This year is actually the first year that I have decorated for fall, because we have, oops, there's a fly in my house. We have been renovating our house, and we just weren't at a step where decorations were really in the budget, nor was it like, it didn't make sense to decorate like a nasty looking living room. So anyways, this is the first year that we have gotten to decorate, and it has done my heart so much joy just by staring at my beautiful decorations. And so I hope that you guys find some things that make you happy too. But here's ours. All right, so this is the main source of our decorations. I don't have a lot of decorations yet because of what I was talking about with renovations. So this is where we started. Oh, and there's a sock. my son's sock right in the middle of the fireplace. Definitely not Pinterest ready, I guess. But so this is where most of our decorations are right now. We did a craft last year to make this scarecrow guy, and everything else. I think I got, I got this sign at Michael's for half off. That was such an exciting find. And I also got this bin and these flowers for half off. And then these I got from Target, and I kind of like put them in different places. This bin I like because it will probably actually just kind of live there, and I will just change seasonally out for things that go inside of it. And there's something about fireplace that are just innately, they're just innately fall, in my opinion. So I love this area. It makes me super happy. It makes me smile. Now we also have some outside decorations. Hopefully I have a picture of it. I'm not going to go outside and show you because I don't want my neighbors to think I'm crazy filming my decorations. So here we go. Here are the decorations for outside. My mums are blooming and I love the colors. I'm so happy with them. The one orange pumpkin is actually from we had this huge pumpkin vine that my husband planted from the pumpkin that we had done a jack-o'-lantern with last year, and it just kind of overtook our yard. And somehow we only got one pumpkin from this huge long vine. But this is our proudly homegrown pumpkin, and then the white ones we bought from a local little market. And again, this just makes me super happy. So I hope that you find some decorations that make you super happy and joyful as well.